guys, it's Chiara. Welcome to my channel. I'm so excited. I created this holiday look for you guys. It's pretty simple. You can wear it out on the town or dinner with your grandparents. So if you want to figure out how I created this look, stay tuned. I already did my eyebrows, so I'm going to go ahead and set my concealer that I use to clean them up. And you want to make sure you do this so that when you do your eyeshadow, everything blends seamlessly. I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Obsessions palette in warm brown. And I bought this one as opposed to the Desert Dusk palette because it's only $27 and I really wanted to try her shadows without breaking the bank. First, I'm going to take this color that is pretty close to my skin and apply it with a fluffy brush. Now I heard mixed reviews on these shadows. A lot of people saying they're kind of chalky, so I guess we'll have to see how it goes. So I'm working with the shade that's close to my skin color and I'm going to apply it all over my crease. And it's okay if you get messy, just make sure you don't go too high up to towards your eyebrow, and just do the same thing on both sides. Then I'm going to take this orangey color and place it in my crease underneath the first color that I used, but make sure you don't go higher than the first color that you applied. I'm applying this color using a Morphe detailed brush, and this brush is really great for cutting out your crease. And once I picked up that color, I'm going to apply it using windshield wiper motions. Then I'm going to go back in with that first fluffy brush that I used just to blend out the orangey shade. And I'm not going to pick up any more additional product. I'm just going to do this to blend out any harsh lines that I had between the orange shade and the first color. Using a flat eyeshadow brush, I'm going to pick up this bronze gold color. And I also wet my brush just so I could get the maximum color payoff and really make that gold pop on my lid. I think the metallic shade is actually my favorite color in this palette, so it kind of is a bummer that there's only one of these like shimmery shades, because I think that Huda does those best just from watching the reviews of her Desert Dusk palette and other things. So maybe I'll actually try that palette because I love these metallics so far. Next, I'm going to pick up this purpley brown shade, which is the darkest shade in the palette, and I'm going to use this to deepen up my outer V. Using a BH Cosmetic angled brush and applying that on my outer corner and dragging it out just so we can create that blown out effect, since I won't be doing a liner for this look. Now, as you can see, the color on my eyes is nowhere as near as dark as it is in the pan, so I guess I'm going to have to layer this on a few times. I'm going to connect the outer corner to my bottom lash line to make this look a little seamless and more sultry looking. And feel free to go as far down as you want because we can clean that up later with the concealer. I'm going to go back in again with the first fluffy brush that we used just so we can blend everything together from the lash line to the crease all the way up to the lid. Using that dark shade again and I don't know what kind of brush this is, a Morphe smaller detailed brush. I got all these brushes in a set, so I don't really know the names of them. But I'm going to apply this color on my lash line because, like I said, I'm not using a liner. So I'm going to use this to connect that to my outer V. But I'm going to make sure to keep that brown color as close to my lash line as possible, just so we don't lose the gold color. Now for the fun part. I'm going to be using the Stila liquid eyeshadows in Kitten Karma, and you guys, look at it. Oh my god, the glitter is so pretty. These are the most beautiful eyeshadows I have ever used. I love shimmer shades, so these come in a pack of 3. I got them during the Sephora sale, and it was I think they're like $23. I'll link them in the description box, but they're so beautiful, guys. To apply this, I just use the applicator all over my lid, and then I go back in with just a flat eyeshadow brush, and I think this one is e.l.f., and I just blend everything together. Moving on to concealer, I'm going to be using my favorite concealer, which is the MAC Pro Long Wear Concealer in NC45. And this is basically the same shade as my skin because I'm just using this to conceal, and then we're going to use another color later to highlight. Using a concealer brush, I'm going to apply this on the side of my nose because this is going to help us contour our nose later. Then I'm going to apply it underneath my eyeshadow, but I'm not going to go lower than my cheekbones only because I want to conceal this area and not any farther down. I'm also going to use this to highlight my chin, above my lip, and then I'm going to take it above my brows and clean those up as well. And I'm going to go ahead and conceal my big old 5 head to make this boy look a whole lot smaller than it is. Now I'm going to blend all of this out with a beauty blender. I think one of these is from Forever and one of them is from Real Techniques. The orange one I'm going to use to blend out my concealer and my highlighter, and I'm going to use the flat side of it just because it helps me get right underneath my eyeshadow and right against that straight line we did on my nose a lot more precise. I always use 2 beauty blenders because one of them I use for my highlight and concealer, and then the other one I use for my contour, which we're going to do in a second. To contour, I'm using my Black Opal True Color Foundation Stick in the shade Carabo. As you can see, I'm kind of obsessed with stick foundations because it just makes everything so easy. Since the stick is so wide, obviously I'm going to be using a flat foundation brush, and starting at the top of my brow bone, I'm going to draw a line all the way down to the tip of my nose. Then I'm going to shade underneath the tip of my nose just to make it appear smaller. Once I have the lines drawn, I'm going to kind of blend the line out using that same brush, just so that when we go to blend everything with the other brush we're going to use, it makes it a lot easier. Then I'm going to take a small flat top brush and blend out those harsh lines into my concealer. This brush is so amazing. It's one of the brushes that I got from BH Cosmetics. I'm pretty sure it's called the Essential Face Kit, but I'll put it in the description box below. Obviously, everyone has different nose shapes and sizes, but this particular technique is what works for me. If you have a different size nose, obviously you can do your research, but if it's done effectively, it's gonna make your nose look snatched. Then, using the same stick, I'm going to go ahead and carve out underneath my cheekbones and that 5 head to give my face some shape, and then underneath my chin as well. Then, using a Real Techniques tapered contour brush, I'm going to go ahead and blend out those harsh lines. And if you apply your contour too dark, you can always blend it out, guys. We can go over it with concealer. There's always ways to perfect it, but you just don't want to be walking around with really, really harsh lines on your face, so you're going to be blending for a while. Then I'm going to use my other beauty blender that I use for my contour and darker shades to blend everything seamlessly. I'm going to go over all of the harsh lines, even the leftovers that I didn't get with the brush, to just make everything flawless. Alright, now it's time to highlight, and I use a shade that's 2 shades lighter than my skin just for the highlight part. And I'm using Tarte's Shape Tape, and this is like my holy grail for my highlight section. I'm going to go ahead and outline right underneath the contour that we did with the darker shade. And I'm not going to apply this highlighter all over my face, only, as you can see, a little bit, because I only want to highlight right underneath my eyes and then a teeny bit in the middle of my forehead, under my chin, and on the peak of my upper lip. I promise you I cleaned my beauty blenders, guys. It's just stained from like doing my makeup every single day. But back to that lighter shade blending brush, we're going to go ahead, beauty blender, we're going to go ahead and blend out the highlighter. I keep saying we instead of I, but I feel like, I'm doing makeup, you guys are doing your makeup, I'm blending, you're blending, I'm be, y'all be, like we're all in this together, okay? To set the areas I concealed, I'm using MAC Studio Fix Perfecting Powder in Medium Plus. And the packaging on this is kind of weird. Like, I don't know. I don't really like the packaging, but I'm just going to use a flat e.l.f. brush and go over all of my highlighted areas. I like my contour extremely sharp, so I'm going to go ahead and apply this powder underneath where I contoured as well, and in between my forehead because I crease a lot. I'm also going to apply this in my smile lines because this is another one of my trouble spots when it comes to creasing. I don't know if I just have like a jumbo smile or what. To contour, I'm using Black Opal's True Color Ultra Matte Foundation Powder in Deep Dark and another BH Cosmetic brush that came in that Essential Face palette. Not palette, Essential Face brush kit. Now this is the part that people don't show you, is when they dust away the setting powder. Even though I don't really have flashback with that ultra perfecting MAC powder I was using, just to be safe, I do go over it with the MAC Studio Fix Press Foundation in NC45. For blush, I'm using MAC's Ambering Rose, and this is so pretty. I love all of MAC's blushes. I think they have the best brushes, to be honest with you. Oh, and in case you didn't notice, I went and did my hair, girl. So now I'm cute. To highlight, I'm using my new favorite Artist Couture Diamond Glow Powder in the shade Conceited. And you guys, look at that glow, honey. I love highlighter. It just gives me so much life. I'm obsessed. On the lips, I'm using another Huda product, and this is the Huda Beauty Contour and Strobe Lip Set. And it's actually really nice. It comes with a liner, a little mini liquid lipstick, and a gloss. Alright guys, this is the finished look. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what else you guys want to see in my future videos.